Hello, welcome everyone to episode 11. We are back by popular demand. We've got Ollie with us,
All right,
um,
everyone.
and we're going to cover the fixtures that we spoke about last week first. First game was the Wolfpack, you were saying, Ollie, was it?
Told you, didn't I? Told you they'd get a win.
Wolfpack Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1 with a late comeback to goals in the last 7 minutes added time.
Didn't catch the first half. I only caught the second half, and from what I watched, it was very much deserved by Wolves. Spurs looked a bit slow. Not really
Yeah.
sure what had happened. Maybe that loss to Chelsea the week before sort of shaking them up a little bit. The old wheels are falling off.
Well, you'd probably hope that, wouldn't you? But yeah, Maddison was out, obviously. He got injured and then had the suspensions as well, so weren't their usual first 11. So, but yeah, they scored in the first 3 minutes and then just seemed a bit off the ball. Probably tried to hold on and great comeback by Wolves.
It was a good finish as well.
Good goals.
Good
yeah.
goal. That Pablo Sarabia's goal was a very good finish.
And Lamina as well, well-timed run. But yeah, that's interesting result for the table as well.
Tottenham 4th, below Arsenal now after saying that they were going for the title. They've slowly slipped away, haven't they? Man United picking up 3 points against Luton, which I said would be a tough game for them, and only putting one past them.
Yeah, we'll get on that one in a minute. But Arsenal Burnley as well. Your beloved Arsenal 3-1 winners against
3-1.
Burnley.
Comfortable. Good little finish by Zinchenko. I like that. And I will say, Vieira sent off, deserved, was a bit high, that tackle. But yeah, you'd like to think we'd get 3 points against Burnley and got the job done. The sort of games you need to be winning if you're going to be up there challenging for the title. You can't be dropping points to Burnley at home. So I'm glad we got over the line with the 3-1. Good little momentum builder before the international break.
Yeah, I noticed you sort of target the corner routines for Burnley. Like when you had a corner, I think you smothered the goalkeeper, sort of got around Trafford. And all your goals came from corners.
Yeah. It's quite interesting, actually. I mean, Trossard's one, that came from the corner or not, but nearly injured himself in the process right on half time. Saliba, again, good goal. Bit of a poor goal to concede just after half time. But again, just shows us not collapsing and us being able to kick on again and go and get the victory, 3-1. Like I say, comfortable result. But yeah, another loss for Burnley. Not looking good. Sitting bottom of the table.
Yeah, run of 5 straight losses for Burnley. We'll get on to the relegation in a bit, because obviously we've got some news with Everton. But as Everton did play Palace last game before the international break, 1-3-2. Great, probably a vital 3 points there now, if you think about it.
Yeah,
exactly.
To go. And yeah, I mean, if they didn't get the 3 points, and that would have put them bottom of the league, that with the new deduction of points that they got. But obviously, we'll speak about that later. They obviously went 2-1 up, and then they won the game 3-2. So keep coming back, and never say die attitude.
Yeah, it seems they're going to have that this season. I think
they've got to.
Everyone's against them, sort of mentality.
Yeah. 3 years on the spin this have been now, where they've been down in the lower of the league. Yeah, it probably seems to think that everyone is against them, but they've got the players, Everton. It's they haven't got the talent. It's Dominic Calvert-Lewin's back now.
Some positive signs there. I think we got Dyche sort of knows how to set up his team as well.
Yeah, get out of the relegation battle. I think they've still survived, to be honest, Everton. I think they've got enough. I mean, you're looking at the teams that are in and around them. We spoke last week. about your Lutons, your Sheffield Uniteds, and Burnleys. I think they're the three that have come up. They probably will be the three that go down. See the Wolfpack getting that vital 3 points against Tottenham. It's put them mid-table now. So yeah, I do still see Everton getting out of that trouble. It's a good year to get that 10-point deduction.
Yeah, because didn't you have the Wolfpack going down last week?
Yeah, well,
So what's that all about? Change your mind?
Sort of contradicted myself because I wanted them to win, but I also thought they'd get relegated. But yeah, I mean, 10 points clear of the bottom three now. Wolves. I'd like to think that they are safe. Well, not safe, but they're doing their best to be up there. You know.
Yeah, I definitely think the bottom three are going to be the ones that's just come up, and maybe Bournemouth might struggle.
But then again, Bournemouth went and got the 2-0 victory against Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle looked very poor, very flat. It's another case of what I said the other week about when we got beat by West Ham. You expect West Ham to go and lose next week, and they did to Brentford. Look at Newcastle, go and put all their guns up against us, beat us, and they go away to Bournemouth and lose 2-0. So, 2 losses on the bounce. They obviously lost in the week as well against Dortmund. Yeah, no results are easy to predict at the moment in the Premier League. I mean, everyone can beat everyone, which is the beauty of it, I guess.
Yeah. Solanke got 2 for Bournemouth. Well-deserved Bournemouth win as well. I saw Trippier had a little row on the touchline with his fans.
Newcastle fans seem so entitled at the moment. They've given it to Trippier, saying about how, what sort of performance was that, blah, blah, blah. But you think there's like 5 games left in the season, they're fighting relegation. They're still up there, Newcastle. Just looking at their results and where they're sitting now in the table.
Yeah, but you should be expecting to win that game.
Yes, you should be, but it's one of those, isn't it? It's on the telly on a 5:30. It's I don't know. Just sometimes the time and the place of the games, it does come into consideration. Like when different teams go to different like atmospheres and different stadiums and that. Sometimes you look at it like I say about not just because it's Tottenham, but Tottenham going to Wolves on a Saturday, 12:30. Having that game against Chelsea, too much controversy. I could see they were going to get beat. Here, Newcastle, all that controversy with Arsenal, 5:30 down on the south coast, Bournemouth. It's one of those where you wouldn't be surprised if they got beat, even though Bournemouth aren't playing too well.
But these are the games where the good clubs are losing, and then the big clubs, or the ones in form, or like the ones at the top of the league who went there, they're the ones that win these games, and that's where Newcastle are trying to be.
Yeah, I suppose, but yeah,
because they are a big club, but they're trying to get to that next level. Yeah,
a massive club, but it's going to take time. You can't just all happen overnight, mate.
No. But they had obviously a few injuries, as Trippier said. But every team's got injuries, so I don't think that's a valid excuse, to be honest.
Part and parcel of the whole campaign, isn't it?
You've still got Almiron, Gordon, Joelinton, Willett playing those games. So I don't get that from Trippier. Oh, yeah, we've got injuries. Well, everyone's got injuries.
Just looking at their injury list, it said Harvey Barnes, Sven Botman, Dan Burn, Bruno Guimaraes, Isak, and Keogh, Jacob Murphy, Matt Target. Obviously, Tonali suspended, Callum Wilson as well. So yeah, probably all the names there I've just mentioned, bar Keogh, probably do start for Newcastle. So I can see what they're saying. Lewis Miley made his debut in the Premier League.
Yeah, young kid.
17 years of age. God, looking at that. 17, born in 2006. Yeah. I can see where Trippier's coming from. They haven't got their strongest 11 out.
Yeah, but not many clubs have.
No, true.
Look at United's injury list. As we move on to the United game, winning 1-0. Vital 1-0 win at Luton. Against Luton. Is it Old Trafford?
That's Victor Lindelof, mate. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Lindelof 59th minute goal. Just from a corner, I think.
Got a bit nervy for you.
We could have scored 3 or 4 if we were clinical. But again, we were just off the pace. Again, not really, speeding up the tempo, stuff like that.
Yeah, slow, isn't it? I don't know if it's just the Ten Hag way of playing or what, but it's not quite exciting to watch United.
Oh, it's not at all.
It's not exciting at all. Lindelof in the right place at the right time, getting the goal. Yeah, like you say, it's the game where you should think United should win that. They did come through. They got the 3 points. I think they're the most informed team in the Premier League at the moment.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. How does that make sense?
Yeah,
we've got a goal difference of -3, and we're the most informed team in the league, apparently.
You'd like to think you were, though, Dylan. You've played Brentford, Sheffield United, Man City, Fulham, and Luton. So lose to Man City, yeah, fair enough. But the other 4, they should be winnable games for Manchester United.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where we come back after the international break. Like, there's such a dark cloud over United in front of the media and at the club as well. However, we're only 7 points off the league and at the top spot, considering how bad we've been playing and stuff like that. I'm actually quite surprised.
I think you might have been a bit further off the pace, but you're still up there. I mean, I said it in the week. I can't remember who I was talking to now, but I just said this could be anyone's league this year. Could be absolutely anyone's. There's so many twists and turns that can happen. I know they're not performing. They haven't been performing, but they are just starting to click. I mean, they're not putting the best performances out. I know we're going to talk about them in a sec, but Chelsea, don't sleep on them. But I think they could throw a few pennies into the mix, Big point at the weekend against Man City. Big point.
Yeah, we'll come on them in a minute. I think what lets them down is the smaller teams they play.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's when them teams play that low block against them. They can't break them down. But when teams come out and try and play football against them, they're just opening them up. And they've done that against Tottenham, and they've sort of done that against Man City as well. What a cracking game.
Yeah. United, I just want to say this. 13 goals we've scored this season. That's it. 4.
In 12 games.
In 12 games. That is terrible.
If you're looking at the table, Man City 32, Liverpool 27, Arsenal 26, Tottenham 24, Villa 29, Man United 13.
That is awful.
I mean, teams that have scored less than you: Burnley, Sheffield United, Luton, Bournemouth.
Everton have scored more than us.
Palace, yeah. More goals than you. Notts Forest, Wolves, Brentford. Wow, all teams below you.
Yeah, we're going to the Sunday games quickly. Villa with another big win. Good win for them, 3-1.
Scoring goals for fun at the moment, aren't they? I think they might have the best home form in the league. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Played 6, won 6.
Unai Emery doing some business there.
Yeah, we've got them in a few weeks' time. Not looking forward to going up there.
Are you going, are you?
Yeah.
Take the one off the list. No stadium off the list.
I've already been there, mate.
Already been?
Already been. It's just a good little way there. I do like Villa Park. I do like it.
Yeah, McGinn, Watkins, and an own goal. That one. Fulham. I don't know about Fulham. Last season they were alright. They played quite good stuff, but I think with the striker leaving,
Mitrovic, yeah, went to Saudi, didn't he, in the summer?
Yeah, might be a little struggle for them this year. I think they'll be alright, but yeah.
João Palhinha, his head got turned as well.
Yeah.
In the transfer window. I think the manager even got a couple of offers from Saudi clubs. So I wouldn't be surprised if it'll sail in January. Be hard to replace. I mean, picking up Paulinho was a very, very good find from Fulham. You don't really find these players very often. And he's fitted straight into that Fulham side. 20 million, I think they got him for from Sporting Lisbon in the summer last year.
Yeah,
Probably
great
their player of the
signing.
year last year.
Yeah.
I'd like to maybe have. Well, we've got Declan Rice now, but if we didn't have Declan Rice, I would like to have seen Arsenal go for him in the summer. He'd fit someone like United.
Polina, yeah, I did think about him. Like, just need that sort of player in midfield. And they say that Casemiro's legs have gone.
Someone that can just travel with the ball, do you know what I mean, and do the defensive work and get forward. And he's a good player, but I think he's like that
generational player you got.
Generational talent, Declan Rice. Yeah, I just think he's lost in that Fulham side. I don't think they've got players of his caliber in that squad.
I think they might. He might move in January or next year, definitely next summer. But Brighton as well on Sunday, 1-1 draw against Sheffield United. Brighton seem to have slightly gone off the ball in terms of wins. They've won in 6 games.
Yeah, no one's talking about them now, though, are they? They're just everyone's forgetting about Brighton. I think they're still up there. They're 8th. I mean, should be winning games like that against Sheffield United, but was it a little European hangover from playing on the Thursday night? I did mention it last week. Have they got the squad depth to do it all season? Not sure if they can play Thursday, Sunday, but another controversial decision that De Zerbi wasn't happy about at the end of the game. Another one who's come out and slated the referees. With quotes.
Is that 80%, isn't it?
I don't like 80% of referees now. Are you allowed to say that? Are you allowed to give your opinion?
I mean, that's a personal opinion, isn't it, on how he likes someone.
I mean, but we know the intention that where he's going with it. It's not like he's saying it because he genuinely doesn't like them. He's saying it because 80% of the referees are incompetent and they're not able to do their job. That's why he doesn't like them. It's not because they're not nice people. It's because they're not good at their job. It's obvious, but he will probably get away with it because he will. I don't know. He's a Brighton manager. He's not one of the top 6, so he won't get sort of like fizzled out in the media quite quickly. Them comments, whereas the Arsenal Arteta disgrace comments seem to go on for about a week and a half.
Well, I'll speak about that with you in a minute because I can see you're raring to go. But I'll just quickly round out the other games. So Liverpool beat Brentford 3-0. Routine win seems by Liverpool. They seem to be quietly going about their business, going up the table. Second now, getting the points in, 1 point off top. Lost 1, drawn 3, won 8. Liverpool so far. So let's see how they get on after the international break. And then I was surprised with this one. West Ham beating Forest 3-2. I remember turning it on at 1-0, 30 minutes in. I thought, this would be another David Moyes clean sheet, something like that. And then I looked at it later on, it was 3-2. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Forest going 2-1 up in there as well. So 2-1 up away from home. To throw that away with 25 minutes left. Really good on their behalf. We're giving Forest some praise last week about how they've got a good squad. And again, another team quietly going about their business, picking up a few points here and there. 14th, maybe they want to be pushing for some European places over the next couple of seasons.
I think this season's again survival and get mid-table, pushing mid-table.
Another big club that deserve to maybe be in Europe, more Champions Leagues than most teams in London. And they're a force to be reckoned with, man.
Yep. And then the best game of the weekend, 4-4, Chelsea, Man City, end-to-end stuff. Yes, Carragher was going for it on commentary, alls and ahs.
Thiago Silva, did you hear that stat? Thiago Silva, first player to score in Premier League history in a game of which he is older both of the clubs that are both participating in the game. Thiago Silva.
Say that again?
He's older than both clubs that are participating in the game. So Thiago Silva, 39 years of age. Chelsea, I think they were founded in 2004 when Abramovich come in. and Man City in the late 2000s.
2008. Yeah, a great start there.
Great
Now, I
start.
think people need to sort of put some respect on Thiago Silva, man. He's 38, 39 years old. He's playing in the Premier League and still a vital member of the Chelsea team.
I mean, I went down to Wycombe Wanderers yesterday and watched them play AFC Wimbledon in the EFL Trophy, and I see this grey-haired man warming up, and I thought, I really recognise him. Who is that? And when it came on, it was Richard Keogh, 37.
Oh yeah,
ex-Derby, playing down at Wycombe Wanderers, and I thought, blimey, he's getting on a bit, and he's still knocking about. But to be doing it at 39 in the Premier League at that standard, Thiago Silva, hat off to you, mate. Fair play.
Yeah,
playing very well. 90 minutes, week in, week out for Chelsea as well.
Yeah, unbelievable. One of the best, I think, centre backs we've ever produced in football.
Yeah. Good header as well. Very good goal.
Yeah, got the equaliser after very
controversial again.
Penalty again. Another little falling over in the box from Man City, wasn't it?
Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
That was definitely he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
It's the same as the Rodri one, and they've got away with it again.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's that light blue shirt that they wear, mate. And it'll all come out in the wash, as we know. One club's got their fines come their way and the point deductions. It'll all come out in the wash, mate.
Well, both these clubs are
under investigation.
Aren't they, at the moment?
What do you think about the whole Everton point deductions?
I don't know the ins and outs. I know you just said that obviously they lost 90 million last season, but they're making a new stadium. So, do the Premier League take that into account? They're trying to develop something in the future. And then you've got these two clubs like Man City have got 115 charges against them. That's been going on for the last 8 months where that came out, and there's no further comment on them at all by anything. No. And then Chelsea have come out that I think it was this week, wasn't it, or something? There was something by the Guardian about Roman Abramovich's sort of funds and things like that coming in.
One of them, which was when Eden Hazard had agreed to move to Arsenal, but Abramovich had given a little brown envelope of £7 million, I think it was, to the agent to say come to Chelsea instead. Which obviously he then did sign for Chelsea. But if that's come out, then how many more? You know, how many more players have they buttered up like that to get the deals over the line?
I mean, I think people knew that this was going on anyway. Like in terms of fans, I remember I was watching Chelsea back in the day. Like some of the players they were signing. I know they weren't FFP then, but yeah, they were just splashing the cash and all that sort of stuff. Man City.
I mean, if Everton have got a 10-point deduction for one offence, Man City 115 charges apparently, 10 points onto that.
They won't get anything, Ollie.
But surely that sends them into liquidation.
Yeah, they won't get anything.
But I've got this thing, Chelsea and Man City, if they ever got anything like that, relegation threatened against them, they'll blackmail the Premier League and they'll say, you want to get rid of us? No worries, we won't be coming back. And they'll go back into this European Super League and they'll say, yeah, we're playing this. And obviously they don't care if they get all their titles stripped because they know that they've won them. They've won these titles, but so what? They take them off them. But we all know who was there in the finals in May. Chelsea winning their 2 Champions Leagues, Man City doing the trip. We all know that they won it on the pitch.
Is there an asterisk now on those accomplishments?
Well, I mean, I can't remember why it was, but do you remember? It was a good fair few years ago now. Rangers in the Scottish Premier League, they went down to League Two.
They got administration.
Fought their way back up. I mean, did something happen like that to Chelsea and
no chance?
Chelsea and Man City, I don't know.
Because if they are wrong, they should have it, but it ain't gonna happen. It's like, do you remember Juventus?
Yeah.
I know that's a different thing with match fixing, referee payments.
But could that all be something that's in the wash? Them charges about the payments and match fixing. No one's going to know unless you get the book and you read what they broke. All these charges, it's never going to come out. I think what will probably end up happening is whoever leaked that there's 115 charges against Man City to the media, they're the ones that are going to get a fine because Man
That was
City
a German magazine company, I think.
Yeah.
It's like the other one that's under investigation is Barcelona, aren't they? With, again, referee payments in the time when everyone knew what was going on anyway, because some of the decisions they got in that 2008, 2012 period, even against yourselves, the Van Persie red card.
Yeah.
After 3 seconds of the whistle blowing, he kicks the ball. Can't even hit. Not even that.
No. Or the one against Chelsea when they played at Stamford Bridge and they got
the win.
There's so much corruption in football. This all goes back to it though, Dylan, is where nobody knows the ins and outs of it. I mean, you don't know who's been given brown envelopes or their families are being given brown envelopes for referees. That's why these VAR decisions are being made the way they are. You never know. You're never going to know. It's going to be impossible. You'd like to think corruption wasn't in the game, but it will be. You'll never eradicate it. Never. But you say about them getting their title stripped off them, Chelsea and Man City. Look at the likes of Leeds, Leicester, Southampton, who got relegated last year. This offence that took place for Everton was in last season's fixture, in last season's season. In their budget for last season. So why then wasn't the 10 points deducted off them last season at the end of the season? Why have they waited to 12 games in this season and go, there you go, there's your 10-point deduction for last year? That's not very fair on the likes of Leeds, Leicester and Southampton. I can't remember how the table finished, how far clear Everton were in the end, but 10 points, I would have been sure that would have relegated Everton and one of them clubs would have survived. So...
Yeah, you got the example when Tevez came to West Ham and that whole payment thing. Sheffield United went down and Tevez scored in the last game of the season to keep West Ham up.
Yeah.
And there was that whole legal thing and it didn't...
But I think that was settled out of court, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think, if I remember rightly. Another backhander. There's so much of it going on. It's
yeah, they agreed 20 million for compensation.
Wow. Well, I think they've got to set a precedent now. It's the highest amount of points that have ever been deducted in the Premier League for a side. As I said earlier, I think it's a good year for Everton to have them points deducted off of them because I don't see them struggling to get out of that. I think Sean Dyche will integrate that. Everyone's against this attitude. Go out there and prove everyone wrong. They've got that fight in them. I think they will survive, but I just feel sorry thinking about it for the likes of the clubs where it happened. They could have survived last year.
Was it 90 million, by the way? Or was it 19?
90 over budget. So I think they were 360 million. I think.
It says here 19 million overspend.
Oh, I thought it was 90. I could have been wrong. It might be. It might be only 20 million. Yeah. Might be.
I don't know. What's 20 million now in football as well?
Exactly. That doesn't even get you a Declan Rice, mate.
That's Mason Mount's. Was it 60 million he was?
63 Mason Mounts, mate. One Mason Mount 3 times. No, what? You'd have to pay 3 more times to get a Mason Mount.
Yeah, get a third of Mason Mount.
What do you think is the right decision for Man City and Chelsea if they are found guilty?
It's a tough one, isn't it? I don't see him getting fined or anything. They're bringing their best lawyers and get away with it.
That's the thing as well with Everton, which I don't understand. Sorry, I know I've just asked you a question, but they haven't even given him time to appeal.
No, they just gave it to him, didn't they?
Given straight away and gone, there you go, there's your 10 points. Not, right, if you don't come, we're going to review it, but you're going to have a 10-point penalty deducted off you January the 1st. It's just coming straight away. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know what happens to the clubs. I'm not in that position to decide. You could say, as a United fan, get them, relegate him from the Premier League or stuff like that. I really don't know. They won't have the balls to do it anyway.
No,
so just go on with what's happening.
But I do think they should maybe. I think Man City are probably cherish being relegated because it's the only football achievement that they haven't yet completed. They get relegated, they could maybe go the whole season unbeaten. But it wouldn't be a Premier League.
Well, they were in League Two in 2000. 2000 was it League Two?
Yeah.
I'm not sure on what you do with them because like obviously all the wins that they've got, there's an asterisk now over them. Like the treble last year, that is a culmination of 10 years of backhanders and profits in areas where, you know, where they've put money where it shouldn't be. It's like all the Fly Emirates money that was it Fly Emirates where they had Fly Etihad where they've had extra payments from them for no reason. But it's like, well, where's this money come from? And it's just obviously from the owner who's just funding more money back in the club so he can spend more.
It's the whole thing with the whole City Group thing as well, isn't it? We've got all these clubs all around the world where they're sponsoring each other, doing pre-season tournaments and things like that to fund money, but it's all just basically being recycled and laundered back into the club.
Yeah.
To show more profits when they haven't actually made the profits. It's just come from them. Yeah, it's cheeky. They know what they're doing. But I'd be very surprised if they do get away with it. I mean, Chelsea maybe not as much. I don't think they will get away with it. I think they will get away with it, but Man City, I don't think they will. I think, well, it was quite exciting being an Arsenal fan last year because you thought they might get a little 5-point deduction or something. It might help us, but no. Nothing of as much.
Right, as we're moving on to Arsenal, Arteta's comments have got a fine.
Obviously, they give fines out for comments, but they won't give them out for cheating. It's just what they do, mate. It's what they do. It was inevitable. It's absolutely inevitable.
I did think it was inevitable that he was going to get a fine after those comments. But it doesn't seem right because it's an opinion, yeah, as you said.
Yeah, it's an opinion. It's why can't a manager come out and talk about what he's seen on the pitch? It's what he's seen. Why can't he say what he said? You go to work. Why can't your manager come into the office and review what he's seen has happened yesterday at work and say that, do you know what, Johnny, I don't think you done your work right yesterday. You was a disgrace. Tomorrow, be better. Why can't your manager do that? That's what the manager is paid for. He's there to defend the team that he's managing. He's there to be the front face of the club in times like that, to back the club. He's just backing the employer that he works for. Like, what is wrong with that? He's the face of it. Like I said to you, it was inevitable it was going to happen. It'd be interesting to see if Roberto De Zerbi gets a fine after basically saying that 80% of the referees are incompetent. That's why he doesn't like them. Probably won't. Yeah. I don't know. Keep your mouth shut, Arteta. Less is more. Silence is the best killer, I guess.
But it's hard though when you've got a reporter in your face saying, "Oh, what do you think of the game?" straight away.
Yeah, but why not just sit there and they say, "What do you think about that decision?" I prefer not to speak.
That's what Mourinho did at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, say that, and that will get you further because they can't do nothing about it. But everyone knows how you feel. So you're doing the same thing, but because you're not using certain words, you're not getting the fine. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just glad that we got the win against Burnley. Like I say, got Brentford next week. Hopefully another win, and hopefully no VAR controversy that we have to talk about. I mean, they came on the telly, him and Mark Wyron, Howard Webb, done the review and the talk about the goal, and they said that they could see the ball would come off of his hip or something. But then when they come to play the offside, they said they didn't know where the ball was. Well, they do because you just said that it came off the hip. The review from Howard Webb and Mark Wyron.
Yeah, but I think that was inconclusive. The main part of that whole play, they couldn't prove if it was off the pitch. They couldn't prove it was offside. It's just a push. Is it a push or not?
Yeah. they've got 2 hands. What was the quote? He had 2 hands on his back, but I don't think it was a push. So what's he doing with 2 hands on his back then?
Yeah, well, I just think that VAR comes in too many times to re-referee.
Yeah, the referees are relying on it too much instead of just making the decisions and getting on with it. Why should the referee stand there in the middle of the pitch with his finger to his ear, pushing his earpiece in, trying to listen to what the VAR is saying? Why don't he just go, look, I think you might have made a mistake there. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Go back to the screen, just have a little review, see if you can pick up on it. If you can't pick up on it, then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Why say, listen, mate, and because they keep using that as well. They keep going, mate this, mate that. Someone said on Twitter the other day, stop using all this mate language and calling each other by nicknames. This is like proper stuff. This is like
professional
sport. Yeah, this isn't like Sunday league stuff. Instead of sitting there going, right, I've spotted this that you didn't spot, but I don't know if it is actually. To be fair, it might be a foul, it might not be. He's not used intent there. He's not used his arm as a weapon. Blah blah blah. Instead, just say to him, mate, go to the monitor and check to see if you've missed anything.
I just think that just shows how OTT VAR is. Like they're constantly in the ear,
absolute chaos.
Going, oh, that's a possible offside. Oh, possible. Hits his chest. Possible handball. Like in one phase of play, and it's like, hold on a sec, just acknowledge what's going on, and go from there. Let the referee come in and say, oh, can you just help me with this situation where I think this might be a penalty, this might not be. Not you constantly going in all the time. As well as like, did you watch the United Fulham game where we scored an early goal?
Yeah.
And they checked it, of course, checking offside. Garnacho was onside, but Maguire wasn't offside. It was offside and put his leg out to get the ball, but missed it. And it's just like it wasn't really necessary for disallowing the goal, but it was disallowed because in the law he's offside, which is the correct decision. But I don't know. Do you want to disallow goals like that? You see Declan Rice's goal disallowed in the week. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah, good finish as well.
Great finish. Runs from midfield. Great finish in the side, and it's an offside for Kane slightly being in front.
Yeah, pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Talking of which, it's the international break at the moment. What did you think about the game against Malta?
I thought it was a dull, boring game.
Stale,
shocking.
Very, very stale.
I don't get this. This might be controversial. I don't get the hype over England players and winning the Euros, where I don't know. The last few games they're just boring to watch. They choke all the time.
I just don't understand the point of calling up the two games. Yeah, I know they're not friendlies, they're qualifiers, but look at the teams that we're playing: Malta and North Macedonia. What is the point in calling up a 30-man squad or 28-man squad or whatever it is, 23-man squad, if you're not going to play the players? You've got Jared Bowen and Ollie Watkins sitting on the bench, not even getting a sniff. But you've got the likes of Marcus Rashford, who's playing absolutely shocking at the moment. I see a compilation on Twitter the other day of him when he was at his best, and he was like fit, athletic. He was very like agile. He was doing flip flaps. He was knocking the ball past players, beating people one on one. You don't get that from Rashford anymore. It's like he's just like, oh, I'm here to play football. Oh, I hate football. I'd rather be politics or something. I just really don't enjoy it.
He was on form, like 8 months ago, 7 months ago.
It was a purple patch. It was a little purple patch he had.
But he always does that. That's what he has.
But I just feel sorry for the likes of people like Watkins, Bowen. I know Cole Palmer come on, but people like, I mean, they didn't really deserve it. Called up Rico Lewis and people like that. But Eddie and Nketiah last time when he got called up, they get called up, but they don't play.
Yeah.
Why not just stay back at your club's camp and just keep training with your people that you're going to be training? What use is that, experience-wise, going off from your day-to-day routine to start training with other people? It's pointless.
I think so, yeah. It's like Kane's on there. What did you get his goal scoring record up?
Yeah.
It's just pointless to be playing.
It's like you going to work and having to go. They say, right, Dylan, you're flying out to Australia. Oh, brilliant! What's that for? Well, no, you're going to be sitting in a room and you're going to be doing a course on firefighting. And you're like, well, I'm not a firefighter. Yeah, I know, but you're going to do that. All right, okay. And you go there and you come back to your original day job and you go, well, what was the point in me doing that? Absolutely pointless.
Yeah, no, terrible game. Boring. I mean, what I just like as well afterwards, everyone was like, yeah, well, it was a bit lackluster from the boys. And I think Southgate said as well that we won't like hammer them about it. You get these sort of games. It's like, well, if you want perfection, you do hammer them about it.
Look
I
at
don't see Pep
France.
Guardiola getting away with that. Like his players getting away with a piss poor performance.
France 14-0 against Gibraltar last night. 14-0.
Exactly. That's what we should have
People
been
like
doing.
Malta.
I feel sorry for the fans. You got 90,000 fans have gone there, probably seeing like a little goal fest, and they've seen a half-hearted England team show up and just beat Malta essentially 1-0 because the first goal was a lucky OG.
Yeah. It is poor. That's sort of why, like I think I've said it to you before, don't really enjoy watching England unless
No,
I've
I
had a
don't
few
either.
beers and it's tournament football. Yeah, it actually it actually reminds me. Obviously, watched a lot of football with yourself. You're United, I'm Arsenal. Over the years, when it's not been going right for United and it's just been boring football, it sort of like reminds me of the same sort of thing. Like you get the win, but it weren't enjoyable, and you think I'm never going to get that 90 minutes back again.
But that's us right now, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's over the years, the past couple of years, it's been like that for United. And I just feel like that way with England. Like you sit there, watch it, and you go, "Oh, woohoo! We got the 3 points in the European qualifier against Kazakhstan or something. Brilliant! It was 2-0. Never getting that 90 minutes back."
No. It's a shame as well. Like you see all these records get broken, but they're like in games like this. Like I
Yeah,
know Rooney broke the goal scoring record before Kane, but he scored what? How many goals at the World Cup? One, wasn't it?
yeah.
They're all in European Championship qualifiers or World Cup qualifiers. Yeah, I know he still scored them, but it's not. When you look at Bobby Charlton, I wonder where his goal allocation was.
Mm.
And Lineker. I know Kane's got World Cup golden boot, so yeah, I suppose that's a bit more respectable. But most of the games he scores in
There
are
were penalties.
penalties or qualifying games. I mean, he got a hat-trick
Yeah,
against Panama in the World Cup. When were
yeah,
Panama playing in 1966? They
yeah.
weren't. You don't have
No,
games like that. I don't know.
I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying.
England are, yeah, I do find them a struggle to watch. But it seems that they play well, or they play. I don't know how to word it. Like we played Italy last month, didn't we, or a couple of months ago, and we played well because we're playing against a
Yeah,
half decent side. We
yeah.
played France in the World Cup, and I would say we were the better team, even though we lost.
Mm.
So it seems whoever we play, we do match them, and yeah, I would say
Yeah,
go ahead, but we don't because we bottled
no.
the France game and we
Yeah,
bottled the Italy game in the Euros. But we're not speaking about that one.
yeah,
Otherwise, you get me on
exactly.
another run.
Yeah, save that one for another day.
Yeah. But yeah, we got North Macedonia again on Tuesday. I'm sure we're playing a full, strong 11.
Yeah, I'm going to
And I
predict
probably will not be watching it.
4-0, I'm going to say.
I don't care. I'm not even going to predict it.
4-0, Kane score first.
Kane hat-trick from the penalty spot.
Yeah,
you see his,
depends.
did you see his penalty, or his dive he got booked for?
Weren't a dive.
Oh, it was.
Do you think? I
Yeah,
know
he
he
knows
sort of
what he's
put his foot
doing, though,
there,
doesn't he?
but yeah, that's what I mean. That's where today's football is about. He knows what he's doing. He's put his foot there. He's been fouled. It's a foul. It's a penalty.
See, I would like. I'm old school in terms of football. I would say that's a conning the referee and a booking.
Mm.
But I won't say it's a booking, but he's conning the referee. It's not a dive. But yeah, you got like the commentators nowadays. They say, "Oh, you should have gone down there." I can't stand that saying, but that's just me.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he should have gone down there. What? Cheat the referee?
Yeah. You want cheating in the game, do you? But that's what everyone does nowadays. Game's gone, mate.
Game's gone. This weekend, what we got? Ooh, big start to the weekend. Man City, Liverpool, 12:30.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Early kick-off.
All the Man City players back fit from international duty, even though they were injured.
Is it Haaland, is it?
Yeah, there's a few others, I think, as well. Ooh, what are you going with?
I don't know. I might go for a draw on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like some clubs that can't stand early kickoffs, and you see the stats on them. I don't know if that's any of those.
There's no stat pad on it yet. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-2, I think.
Yeah, you got Man City, Liverpool, Burnley, West Ham.
Can Burnley get a win on the board? Can they get under? Can they get victory on the board?
They've got a victory on the board, haven't
they? Yeah, I'll say a home victory.
Oh, okay.
No is the answer. 3-0 West Ham for me.
Yeah, I think West Ham might win that one. Luton Palace.
We'll draw 1-1.
I'll go for Palace. Sorry, Luton fans. Newcastle Chelsea at 3:00. That'd be a tough one, I think.
Why is that on at 3:00 though?
I don't know. It was the games that are live.
There's
only 2 games on Sunday.
Yeah, but Everton, United, and Tottenham Villa decent. All right, fair enough. A boring stalemate, 0-0.
0-0. What, after 4 goals at Spurs, 4 goals at home against Man City?
Yeah, 0-0 for Chelsea.
Nah, I'm going to go for... I'll go Chelsea win.
Oh, yeah.
Debate my decision, but I'll go for it.
You get that hacker on later.
Yeah. We got Forest Brighton.
With their form at the moment, Brighton, I'm going to go with a Forest win. 2-1 at home, big price. 2-0 Forest.
Yeah, I'm swaying towards Forest here. Yeah, I'll go Forest as well. Don't know the score prediction. Sheffield United, Bournemouth, another 3:00 kickoff. That'd be a close one.
Sheffield United, I think.
Yeah.
A little 2-0 Sheffield United, I'll go with them. I
might go for a little draw on that one as well. And the big one, Brentford Arsenal. You going, are you?
Nah, I'm not. As I said to you the other day, doing something at the moment where I'm trying to tick off as many football grounds as possible. A good friend of mine is a Charlton fan, and he's going up to Carlisle. So I will be travelling with him and the Charlton boys on Saturday, going all the way up to Carlisle, get that ground ticked off. And I'll be watching that on the way home. So yeah, Brentford Arsenal, I didn't even have a ticket anyway. Went in the cup, so I can say that I did go to Brentford this year. I'm going to say 4-2 Arsenal.
Shock, Arsenal win, eh? I'm just going to go Brentford win, mate.
Ooh,
just to wind you up, really. And then
Tottenham
Spurs Villa. Oh.
Well, no, I thought so. Villa, it's their home form that's good this year. It's not their away form. Tottenham win, back in form. Go on the Spurs, 1-0.
I'm going to go Villa. Just because of all the injuries and stuff that Spurs have got right now. I think, is Son injured? Got injured on the international break?
Yeah, he did actually. Oh, can I change my prediction?
Nah. I'm surprised you went Spurs initially.
Go
on, what do you think? Villa?
Nah, 1-0 Spurs.
Everton United. Of course, we get Everton after that points deduction. We're going to have the whole Goodison Park against us.
You know what it's going to be? When Arsenal played Everton last year, it was new manager bounce. Then it was new owner bounce. Now it's going to be for United. New point deduction bounce.
Yeah, of course. It had to be United against Everton.
3-0 Everton for me.
I'm actually thinking the same. I can't go against United.
3-0 Everton, yeah.
No, I'll go United win, but I can see the your prediction coming in, to be honest.
Is there a Monday night? There is.
Yeah, there's a Monday night. Fulham Wolves. Going for the Wolfpack, are you?
Yeah, go on the Wolves back 2-0.
Yeah, I think Gary Neal might win that one. I'll see. Yeah, I'll go for Gary Neal's Wolves.
Be in the Monday night studio before the game, telling me what his tactics are.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he just rocks up at Craven Cottage.
Right. Well, that's it for this week. Cheers for coming on, Ollie.
Cheers, mate. No worries.
I'll see you all later.
See
Bye.
you next week. Bye.